Hey everyone, welcome back to your weekly dose of Minecraft. And this week, I want to talk about YouTube and Minecraft and me. And kind of like, I guess struggle is the word, but it's not really a struggle, but I just want to talk about it a bit this week. Kind of like where my mind space is at doing YouTube and being the summer and whatnot. And while we're doing that, these are spoilers for the next cinematic episode, by the way, so if you don't want to see that, then go away now. By the way, I'd like to take a little second to thank whoever you are who is every episode, the first to always, like minutes after it's posted, like and view the episode all the way through. I don't know who you are. I don't know how you're there so soon, so quick usually, but I appreciate you and I thank you wherever you are. So what we're going to do when I'm talking about that is I have this silo turned storage room here that we're building that, for those of you who don't know, in this world, I'm challenging myself, and I had a hard time sticking to that challenge this week, but I'm challenging myself for this world to stay out of, well, not use Axiom or Lightmatica. I do allow myself to go into creative to test some things out, but I haven't like pre-planned a build and like copied it over. So that is my challenge for this whole world, which honestly is kind of making its way to being a forever world, but I don't want to call it that just so I don't like, just in case I decide to change my mind. But I do feel really attached to this world. And the reason I did that initially when I restarted and started this world is because I kind of got into this cycle of planning out my episodes and basically planning out the builds in creative, which would take a week to a week and a half sometimes, and then gathering the materials, and then every episode was going along that pattern. And I didn't hate that. I actually liked for the most part, I liked doing that, and it made for some good videos. I find it's some of my more successful ones as of late. And since I stopped doing that style, honestly, I haven't had as many views, so I might be shooting myself in the foot right now. But the reason I did the switch is, and you know, even talking about it now, I still kind of feel like I want to go back to using Lightmatica and planning out my builds and stuff, because it just made for like really good builds. But there was always that period of time, and especially like lately, I had started to make bigger builds, and when it came down to actually filling in the schematic, I got so bored. Like I could watch Minecraft and other YouTube videos on the side, but I just felt like it was getting rid of the creative process for me that was fun. So long story short, that's why in this world we are not doing that. We're playing like completely building and planning everything here. Like I said, some tests in creative, but for the most part, everything's in survival. But it does make the actual building harder because A, I was reliant on those tools, and B, is what the subject of today's episode is I get into my head so much. It's like really easy for me to say like we're gonna be playing like the everyman plays Minecraft and have fun being in the game and, you know, building, sharing the thought process and all that. But there is always in the back of my mind the knowledge that I have to share this afterwards, and I don't want it to be bad. But by the same token, that is how you learn, right? So anyways, we're going to talk about that a bit today. And while we're doing that, we're going to start building a little bamboo farm underneath our silo here. So this was supposed to be a silo, just so I could fill out the area a bit more next to the house, but it's kind of big, so it is now going to be our silo turned storage room. So this is going to be our first real storage room for the world, because there is quite a bit of space in here. That's fun. But to kind of remember the fact that we were supposed to make it a silo, we're going to be building a bamboo farm underground underneath it and feeding that back through the top of the silo. Actually, I've also been waiting for the copper to age, so let's go grab some of our honey that we have and take care of that while it's at the proper level. So I think what I want to do is have all the copper be at that oxidization level. So typically I do like the green, however. How do we like that? Let's actually go take a look at it. I think we're gonna go for the rusted orange rather than the green. We're just gonna dig under here for now. And part of the reason that I've been struggling, I think, is I'm back in college and the semester finished like 2 weeks ago. Well, not like last week, but the Friday before that. Actually don't know how much space I'd need. I don't think it'll be too big. And for this summer, compared to the last 2 summers where basically I had the summer off, being that I was working at school and worked full-time there and was like an admin, well I still am, and I was teaching, basically what I had the summer off, but now I can't really afford that to summer, so I had to find a summer job. And starting next Monday, after the semester at the music school that I'm working at ends, I'm going to be starting another job, which is going to be night shifts. Not because I particularly wanted night shifts, but it worked for the schedules that me and my fiance had so that we can both work for the summer at this, well, not the same time, but like, anyways. And for my needs, it was the most logical choice salary-wise. Let's actually get out of here and get some more. I think the scaffolding will have enough. But anyway, so like for this week, I am still quite busy, and basically we have a show on the weekend for our students that I am in charge of pretty much all the organization, which is pretty much all done. I just have some final tweaks to do this week and make sure everything is in order and send that to the actual showroom so that they can have their stuff in order. But I also have to practice the song that the teachers are going to be playing to open up the show. And since technically this week and last week I do have more free time, and I've had more free time, and even though I'll be working full-time this summer, I should technically still have more time, but working night shifts I might feel a bit wonky. I have like this need and this pressure to like always be doing something productive and be working towards something. I don't like being at home and not doing anything for the most part. I like building stuff. I like working towards something. So I was looking forward to these few weeks where I had more time and having more time this summer, but by the same token, I've ironically been a bit more stressed out this week and this weekend and last week. It's almost as if I know that I have more time, so I feel like I should be taking advantage of that to the max and being more productive and getting more stuff done and making sure I'm getting ahead in my field. So not just YouTube, like I'm a bit stubborn when it comes to YouTube, where I know that there are probably some things that I should and shouldn't do to get more views and have more success. But at the same time, I kind of like stubbornly refuse to do some of those. And I want to keep doing things my way and keep it fun for me, which might counterintuitively make the channel struggle. But at the same time, I gotta remember that this isn't my job, and though I would like to get paid for some of this, because it'd be pretty cool if, let's say, like next summer, I could stay home for the summer and work at doing this, and that could pay my bills between semesters. You know, I'm at the moment a bit too stubborn to actually fully commit to trying to do that. I basically just have a hard time, like, justifying making things click. Baity sounds bad, but like doing challenges and stuff that are just for views, but that if it wasn't for YouTube, don't interest me, because I know I'm not going to enjoy it and get bored. And I can't. I don't want to be bored, man. At the same time, I wanted this summer to add plans to like study more not more programming languages, but like learn another programming language and build some more projects so that I can just keep the ball rolling, get better than I am, get freaking cracked, and also just learn more stuff, because I feel like a lot of what we're learning is good, but a lot of it is like surface level. And I want to get really good at it. It's a pretty competitive field from what I can gather, and with AI and everything, I think it's in my best interest to be like really good. And luckily at actually like in classes and stuff, I do have a bit more freedom than some of the other students since I've already gotten my diploma. So a lot of the regular classes and stuff, I already have gotten those cleared, so I don't have to actually work at those. So I have a bit more of time to actually focus on the subject-specific classes and really excel at that. But still. But ironically, this weekend, I got very little done. I just like... I always get this kind of indecisiveness of having too many things that I want to get done. And then I just do nothing because I can't get going on anything because I don't know what to actually prioritize and what I want to prioritize. And then that kind of feeds into me getting a bit bummed out because I feel like I haven't gotten anything done and I suck. And then when I actually try to get something done when I'm in that mind space, and it's harder because like it just feels like everything you're doing is inadequate. But luckily, you know, my wife is very supportive, and if anything, she's taught me since we've been together that it's okay to like sometimes literally do nothing and relax and actually just breathe and exist. So I do value that and appreciate that, but I just think like at the same time, I like to think that when it comes time for me to retire, if I have like the money put aside, I'm gonna have the best of time because I'll just be keeping myself busy all the time. But hopefully by then I'll have learned to actually keep myself busy, but not like feel like I have to actually get something done and be indecisive about what projects I want to do, because ultimately I do end up getting stuff done. But yeah, I've been a bit more in my head like this week, I find, and last week, where I'm doing this and it's fun, and technically the channel started out as something I want to do for me, but willingly or not, when you actually have the analytics, there it is. When you have the analytics looking you dead in the face and saying like, yeah, no one's watching this, it does it gets to you, you know? At least it gets to me, I should say. And then I fall into that loop of like it getting to me and wanting to maybe switch things up for the algorithm and getting more views, but at the same time, I don't want to get rid of my authenticity and doing things I like. And I think part of that is why I held back yesterday from actually downloading Lightmatica and playing the whole build out in creative, because I started this series saying that we were not going to use any of those tools, and personally I have no issue with a creator using those at all. I did it for a while, and pretty much everyone I watch does it, and I love their content. It's just for me personally, I got a bit bored of doing that, because when I was going to school, well, when you're going to school and you have a little time to play, right? So you're studying, you're spending a whole bunch of time doing that, and you're also working at the same time. And then when you do get time to play Minecraft, spending that time that you do have for a week just pasting down a schematic wasn't doing it for me. And I know that there are some people who have gotten a bit like sick of watching people kind of 3D print builds and stuff, so there was a part of me thinking like, well, maybe I can appeal to that group of people. I won't lie, I did it for me, but I also saw the potential to maybe get some viewership from people who appreciate that kind of gameplay. But yeah, so I've just been a bit in my head because like I don't know, it's just been weird these last few weeks. I feel like I am more in touch with the Minecraft creator space. I've been talking a little bit more with some people in some other creators, and that's been fun and really enjoyable. I didn't know how much I would enjoy that until I actually started having that opportunity. So if you made it this far somehow, then, and like, even if you're just a viewer, but if you're a Minecraft creator as well, or just like a creator, like, feel free to chat, man. I enjoy it greatly. But yeah, so it was weird because like I was in that mind space all day yesterday and struggling with it. And what's annoying is that when I do get into that mind space, it's not just like affecting how I feel about doing this and YouTube and stuff. It also affects my coding and programming, because I feel like I want to start doing that, but at the same time, it's just like I get overwhelmed because I have so many things that I want to get done at the same time. and that I am excited for, but I just like overwhelm myself, and it's, I don't know, I'm pretty sure a bunch of you can relate. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way often enough. Let's actually see, we should have our stuff for the farm in here. Or did I... where did I put that? It might be in the chest in their little hole here. Nope. Maybe it's in the house. I don't know. I feel like more so talking to people like, where did I lose the stuff for the farm? I had pistons and stuff already. Oh, here. I don't know. I just feel like there are maybe like certain types of people actually like through talking to people and seeing how people feel about things. And I think for me, and I feel like for a lot of us creators here, at least the ones I talk to, and I think it's, as a viewer, you can kind of easily tell when watching a video. I think a lot of us are either, we are very self-motivated and motivate ourselves to do things. And that might be like a trait of creative people, I'm not sure. Like very self-motivated to do the things that we want to do. Like, I cannot see myself doing a job just to do a job for my whole life. I get so bummed out so quick. I am very, very motivated by myself to do things, to make things, and to get better at things. It might be an ego thing, I don't know. But a lot of my peers are the same way. So I just have a hard time, like, not being able to do anything and, I guess, understanding if someone says that they don't have any real interest or passions to do anything. Like, I'm not looking down on the people, by the way. I just don't personally understand the feeling. But on the flip side, I feel like what ends up happening is I want to do so much and I put so much pressure on myself that it just like gets overwhelming to actually get anything done. But I'm feeling better today. So yeah, I don't know. I guess there actually was no real point to this video. I just wanted to start building this and talk to you guys a bit and let you see what we are building, all in survival. And I'm feeling a bit more confident in my building skills. I guess they're just, I'm just a bit slow when it comes to building, especially in survival. But yeah, I guess that's another part of like why I wanted to like really do this, is I want to regain that confidence and actually like be able to build stuff while just playing in the normal gameplay loop and be confident enough to show that to you guys. Not just like confident because I'm making good builds, but also like confident enough to show you guys the not so good parts of the builds. Because ultimately, like I said, like a few videos ago in the weeklies, I think it either was like my story or how YouTube changed my life. Doing this, playing Minecraft, led to doing YouTube, and doing YouTube led to me actually signing back up for school and learning programming, which is another hobby of mine that is like, I'd say pretty much as addicting as Minecraft. And it gives me the same kind of feeling for the most part when I'm working on programs that I got when I was composing music, which is really interesting. So anyways, yeah, I guess that's about it. Here's the spoiler for the build that we're gonna be working on. I just wanted to talk a bit about that. I don't think there was actually a real point to this, but hopefully it was interesting. And maybe if some of you are in the same kind of position, at least you might feel a bit less alone. I know that Slipped talked about something similar a few videos of his ago, and it helped me relate a bit and feel like, okay, this is normal. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully I can find a good cycle this summer to actually keep programming and making these videos, though I will admit that I am anticipating the night shifts a bit. I don't think it's going to be the best, the most fun, but hopefully it's only about 10 to 11 weeks of doing that before I get back to my regular schedule with my regular job and going to school. And hopefully after that, I can get a job in the industry. But in the meantime, I'm going to work like a mother trucker because I really, really want to get good at it. And I really want to do something with my life and make a good life for myself and for my wife. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.